Forget electing the commander-in-chief. I think we have found the country's bastard-in-chief. If you'd like to enlighten yourself a little bit on the dark side of the Kennedy clan, then do yourself a favor and watch some of the interviews with Maureen Callahan. Her latest book, titled Ask Not, The Kennedys and the Women They Destroyed, is full of the family's dirty laundry. But not just dirty laundry, I mean filthy, absolutely rotten. RFK Jr. is depicted like nothing more than a sheer rat bastard. Let me set the stage for you. After his second wife, Mary Richardson, and the mother of 4 of his children committed suicide, RFK Jr. threw a big funeral. Celebrities, the whole family, the press, everyone was there. It was a big to-do. He released a statement to the media saying, quote, "Mary inspired her family with her kindness, her gentle soul, and generous spirit." But this was all for show. He fought her family tooth and nail for the body. He won, and then after the funeral was over, he dug up her grave and moved it 700 feet away in a remote area facing traffic. It was some sort of cruel, I got the last word in, ex-husband bullshit. Now you may say, that seems brutal, but that was just the final mean thing that he did to Mary Richardson. Take a listen to Maureen Callahan explain RFK's level of cruelty.
Who he not just cheated on rampantly with women, many of whom were friends of Mary's in their circle, compounding her humiliation, but can then sit with her therapist, as her therapist told me, and say to that therapist, with Mary next to him, "I would like you to declare her mentally ill." And for that therapist to turn around and say to Bobby, "I can't do that, and I won't do that, because she's not mentally ill, Bobby. She's angry and she's depressed, maybe because you're cheating on her left and right, and you're gaslighting her, and you're ignoring her, but she's not crazy." He had to humiliate her by cutting off her money, and she's showing up at the school run, having to beg other mothers who know her as Mary Kennedy, the Mary Kennedy. She needs like $20 for groceries. It's so humiliating. And then when she finally does kill herself, Bobby, who, by the way, has not commented on this book, though he's been asked to, runs to the New York Times to talk about what a disconsolate alcoholic his wife was. And isn't it amazing that he had the ability to survive being married to her?
The fact that he managed to keep this under wraps for so many years blows my ass away. Like, how did he do that? How did the press not remind us of this on day one of his presidential run? This is a pretty wicked thing to do. But I guess when the media has single-digit IQ levels, it's not too hard to make things disappear. Now, I want you to keep in mind that grave-digging thing I just told you, and then let me throw in a few more details. RFK Jr. once had a journal detailing his lust demons. That's right, he documented all his sexual encounters and gave each woman a rating. Very, very progressive of him. Mary Richardson allegedly told her friends that RFK told her it'd be easier if she just killed herself. Add in his decade-long heroin addiction, and we got a real humdinger of a man. The stuff of Camelot, am I right? This guy's life reads like a transcript of the Jerry Springer Show. But alas, when you're of a certain pedigree and a certain level of wealth, your dirty deeds aren't trashy. They're just something you have to cover up. Now remember, the man who has a literal brain-eating worm and digs up his ex-wife's body despite her wants your vote. Should you give it to him? I mean, I wouldn't, but I'm weird like that. I think men who dig up bodies and treat their wives like shit are bad people. I know it's really old-fashioned of me to expect decency. Today, I thought I was going to rant and rave about Melania Trump. She wore a $4,000 dress to a fundraiser for log cabin Republicans. Sure, she looked great, but most Americans don't even make $4,000 a month, and this broad is out there wearing it on her body in an attempt to raise money? But this astonishing lack of self-awareness paled in comparison to RFK tossing his wife's body. However, I can tell you someone who lacks even more self-awareness than Melania. That would be RFK Jr.'s third wife, Cheryl Hines. How the did she not see grave digging as a red flag? Doesn't she realize whatever someone does to another person, they'll probably do to you? When he tires of Cheryl, is he going to take all her money, gaslight her, wait for her to kill herself, and then toss her corpse? So far, RFK has not commented on the book. But if it was me, and I was the one accused of being a major asshole and it wasn't true, I'd have to comment. He's not even denying it, though, from what I see. That's pretty bad. When a politician can't even muster a disingenuous denial. Meanwhile, the rest of us are not chucking our ex-wife's body, incessantly cheating, trying to get someone declared insane for your own convenience, using heroin, and driving the mother of your children to poverty. No, we all have to work a 9 to 5 and barely afford to live. Only a Nepo baby like Kennedy could act like a white knight savior for the country while being a top-shelf prick at the very same time. That takes some skill. Ever heard that old adage that no one cares how much you know until they know how much you care? Well, between the brainworm and the misogyny, I don't think he can suffice either of those virtues. Mary Richardson turned to drinking. She became an alcoholic and became depressed. Shocking, I know, after hearing how RFK treated her, right? To her, the only way out of her hellish life was suicide, and she was found dead in her home from hanging. But if RFK is president, will he be as cruel to us as he was to his ex-wife? Can't say for sure, but if he is, what do we do at that point? All I know is I don't want to be locked into a president where the only way out is to kill myself. Mark your calendar for July 25th through 27th. Ladies Love Politics will be attending the Bitcoin 2024 conference. Join me online as I cover the event, or grab a ticket and see for yourself the wonderful world of Bitcoin. Ladies Love Politics is a proud media partner of Bitcoin 2024. In the meantime, be sure to follow the Ladies Love Politics channel on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram.